We are at a crossroads for crypto, and most people will get it wrong, not because they don't understand crypto. They'll get it wrong because they don't understand the huge transition period that we're about to enter in the next few days. Let me tell you why the next couple of weeks, the next couple of days are going to be huge for you and for any crypto investor. As you know, the Clarity Act is something that's been in the news quite a bit recently. This week we've had some huge drops, some huge volatility because of the Clarity Act and the news that's come out. Now, I'm not going to go through all the minutiae. I'm not going to go through the language. All I can say is that this legislation is going to determine the future of crypto and the future of the financial market. Now, right now we're seeing a lot of volatility. We're seeing a lot of mudslinging from one side to the other. Everybody's fighting. People are blaming Coinbase for not passing this bill or not supporting the bill for X, Y, or Z. The reasons, you can read up on them. But there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of volatility. I do believe that we're just starting. Let me tell you why. Because if this bill, there's two scenarios, right? This bill has to get passed before the end of May or so. That's what people in the Senate are saying. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait another long period before a bill like this comes along to transform crypto. Now, there's two scenarios that I see happening. The first one, that it gets passed with huge negative impacts for crypto, as is with the language that it has right now. The second scenario is that it's changed, that it's amended, and that it's passed favorably for crypto. Either of those two scenarios are going to be a huge catalyst, not only for the market, but for the financial system. If it's negative for crypto, people are going to be fleeing crypto. People are going to run away. People are going to be selling off. There's going to be a huge amount of FUD, more than now. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff going on in crypto. And frankly, it's going to be a huge opportunity for you and myself if you're thinking of crypto as a long-term investment. If it passes and it's a positive law, positive legislation that sets the guardrails for crypto and sets a structure so that institutions can confidently come in, that other investors and retail can just confidently funnel into crypto, it's also going to be a catalyst. Now, that's going to be positive. That's going to be an influx of liquidity. It might get crazy, considering though how the economy is. It might not be immediate, but it's eventually going to be great. That's why, if you're looking at the landscape, and I think you have to step back and do a really good analysis of where we are as investors and where the economy is and everything that's going on. So we take a step back and look at that. Those two scenarios are going to present a huge opportunity. There's going to be volatility. There's going to be a lot of commotion. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. But if you're set up and if you set yourself up to take advantage of this huge opportunity, you're going to be able to jump in on projects that you probably were not thinking about, a few months ago just because of price, right? So this huge opportunity is going to be before us. So how am I approaching this? How should an investor approach this? You should really remove your emotions from the equation. And if you have, just like I'm doing right now, at least that's what I'm doing in my opinion, I'm setting myself up. I haven't been investing over the last 3 months. I'm saving and I'm waiting for that moment. Bitcoin could drop to 40K, could drop to 35K. I know some people are in disbelief about that, but it could, right? Even if it drops to 50K, that's a huge opportunity that we haven't had for so long. Remember, crypto can be unpredictable, right? So these things can happen, and whether you're seeing the landscape or not, you have to be ready for an opportunity like this. And that's how I'm playing it out. I'm not chasing pumps. I'm not chasing quick rallies. And I'm also not selling emotionally if things are dropping more. Why? Because we're going through a transition period. We're going through a transformational period of the financial system, of the economy, of crypto. And you just gotta be ready for these huge dips, these huge rides that we're about to go through over the next week, 2-3 weeks, maybe a couple of months, or maybe more. But it's coming, guys, and I do believe that is what's in store for us. If you enjoyed this conversation, guys, please subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. I really appreciate you. And let me know in the comments below how you are approaching the next few weeks, how you are gonna set yourself up, or what do you think is gonna happen with the Clarity Act? Let me know in the comments below. I'll check them out, I'll respond. I'll talk to you soon, and I'll see you in the next one.